I spent a whole lot of time trying to get in shape. This was the group chat that I created with two of my friends more than 10 years ago. I wrote fitness as one of my main goals in this book in the beginning of 2021. So needless to say, I spent so many years having fitness as my main goal but never accomplished. And last year I also set the exact same goal, but this time I was committed and I finally did it in the way that actually felt good and completely changed my life. So if getting in shape is one of your goals for this year, then this video is going to be for you, because I am going to share everything I know and everything that has worked that completely changed my body, how I feel, and quite literally changed my life. The main reason why last year was so different for me when I approached my fitness journey was that I had a completely different mindset, and I walked into the journey thinking long term. And what I mean is, any other years I was approaching fitness as some quick fix process. I was planning to lose 5 pounds in 2 weeks or 10 pounds in 4 weeks, what have you, and that just never worked. And not just when it comes to weight loss, but also maintaining your health and your physique. So this time I approach it with a long-term mindset. Aristotle once said, patience is bitter but its fruit is sweet. And therefore sometimes we need to allow time for things to happen. This time, instead of giving myself 4 weeks as usual, I gave myself half a year, because my long-term goal is to be fit and strong when I'm older, when I'm in my 50s or 60s, because your body is for life and not just for the next 4 weeks, and therefore always have that long-term mindset. And when you have that long-term thinking and long-term vision, it actually helps with building consistency and enjoying the journey. And speaking of consistency, here's my tip number 2. It is actually much easier to build everyday habits rather than every other day habits. When something is part-time, for example a workout, it doesn't really stick. You want these new habits to become your new reality, to become your new identity, to become your new self. And therefore, in order to do that, you need to make sure that you're repeatedly putting in the actions that get you closer to your goals every single day. Another great quote by Aristotle is, we are what repeatedly do, and therefore excellence is not an act but a habit. Daily habits are also easier for your brain to manage because your brain relies on that repetitiveness. And I'm not saying that you have to go to the gym and do a proper workout every single day. What I did was I still went to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. However, on the days that I didn't go to the gym, I might go for a long walk, I might go for a light jog with my dog, I might do some light workout at home. But at least I was enforcing that daily habits, which make it easier to maintain rather than every so often habits. You also need to understand that life evolves around routines and habits, and therefore on the days that you don't exercise are actually the days that you choose to do nothing and choose to not work towards your goals. And you're building a new habit which is far from the ones that you actually want to build. And of course, I'm not talking about being perfect, because there are going to be some days that you can't put the energy, the effort, or the time in to do even a light exercise. And that's okay. I always reminded myself that it was okay to have 1 0 days, but I could not have 2 0 days in a row. And because reaching your fitness goal is a huge transformation, you need to understand that there is no perfect workout, but you need to choose the workout that resembles who you want to be in the future and how you want to show up in life. For example, if you want to be strong, then you might want to opt for lifting weights. If you want to be elongated, if you want to be flexible, then yoga or Pilates might be for you. If you want to have a good endurance, if you want to have that mental clarity, perhaps running or swimming, whatever workout you choose should resemble the person that you want to be in the future. Don't listen to other people about the best workout, because all of us are unique individuals, and although we share similar fitness goals, our very specific goal and specifically how we want to look and feel, what we want our physique to look like, is going to be different. So instead of listening to the best workout advice, ask yourself, how do you want to feel and who do you want to become? Because this transformation is going to be a big part of your reinvention journey. Another tip that I found very helpful in this journey was how we should think about energy expenditure. We should think about energy expenditure throughout the day and not just in the workout session. Spending half an hour or 1 hour working out really hard at the gym is great. There's nothing wrong with that. Our brains are incredibly adaptable when it comes to regulating energy throughout the day. And after an intense workout session, our brain will prompt us to rest, slow down, and reserve that energy. So therefore, the focus shouldn't just be how hard you work out just at the gym, but rather how you continuously move your bodies throughout the day. Instead of sitting down all the time after the gym, do some stand-up, do some light walks. You need to also be realistic with your time, your effort, your energy, and your circumstance. Life can get pretty busy for a lot of us, but the problem is people that we see on social media most of the time, and I have been there myself, I compare myself with those people. But you have to remember that those people, those fitness influencers, they are the top 1% of the population, and those are the people that unfortunately we compare ourselves to. Some of those people, their full-time job is to work out, and some of those people, their full-time job is to eat healthy. And that's not the life that is shared by a lot of us. So be realistic with your time and your effort, and also who you are as a person. When I started this fitness journey this time around, I went into it with an understanding that it might take me a little longer because I am no longer 20. I'm in my late 30s, so my body is not functioning the same as when I was younger. So sure, it was going to take more time. And had I not had that understanding about myself, my body, and be realistic about what I could do, I would not be able to last that long. I would give up, and then I would not reach my goals. And if this is the first time for you to forego a fitness journey, do know that you are going to suck at first. Healthy eating or workout, these are skills, and skills need to be built. If you just started weightlifting, you might not know how to use certain equipments, you might not know how to do proper form of exercise. If you just started doing yoga, you might not do the movements correctly, you might not have the best posture, and that's just part of life. When you are unskilled, there is always that learning curve, and sometimes, especially when it comes to workout, the learning curve can be so steep. But give yourself grace and try to embrace it. Embrace being a beginner, and once you do it for long enough, you'll one day become an expert. You can't just expect to start doing something for 2 days and be excellent at this. That's just not how things work, not how life works in general. Find a way to make yourself accountable and do it. Everyone is going to be different on this, but for me, I feel like once I tell myself what my goals are and what I'm working towards, it helps keeping me accountable because I feel like I can't fail myself. Now for you, it might be different. For you, it might be a vision board. I have certainly tried vision board, but vision board didn't really keep me accountable, but it may work for you. Some of you, it might be a tracker. I use Notion tracker, and that also helps me being accountable. Whatever it is that helps you keep yourself sticking to that goals, helps you checking in with yourself, reminding yourself how important that goal is, and make you accountable. Find it and do it, because you are definitely going to need it, especially on the days that you just feel like you can't do it anymore. You're so tired. It will certainly help getting you through that little dip. You may have also heard people say that fitness is 80% diet, 20% exercise, and that unfortunately is so true. In the past decade, when I was trying to get in shape, I was focusing on doing more of the exercising, and I placed much less importance in the diet, the foods that I chose. But general rule in life is that you should focus on doing the thing that is going to more likely contribute to your success. And in this case, when it comes to fitness, your choice of food and diet is something that you need to focus on first. So if you really want to get in shape once and for all, I highly recommend starting with incorporating healthy diets, choosing good foods, and once you're comfortable with that, then you can add the exercise later on. And that leads me nicely to the next point, which is that sometimes managing change is not always about adding, but sometimes you don't actually need to add on. You just have to do things differently. For example, if you're someone that regularly go to the gym anyway, but you don't see results, you might want to add more days at the gym, but that might not always be the best because it all depends on what you do during your session. So maybe switching up your exercise, doing more intense exercise, or doing more weightlifting can make a huge change in your life. Do things differently. It's not always about doing more. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I think the theme of this year for me is this is your year, and I hope you're feeling the same. I hope you're feeling positive about this year. Whatever goals you have, I know that this is going to be the year that you accomplish them. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
𝘰𝘰𝘮𝘦